Welcome to the disabled park. Disabled. A stupid word spreads. Disabled. One calls. Finds me disabled. Spreads the disabled. I stop for a moment. For a while in that place. I look at that sternly. I leave without saying anything. Such a word feels a little bad. The face is stern. The feeling turns to bad. Escape away. Escape the situation. Even if I was disabled, even if I was anything, I'm a normal person. I'm just this kind of normal. I'm not similar. I'm just ordinary. Any kind of ordinary. I would say this. Keep yourself a normal person, just as ordinary. I keep myself as I am. Okay, so this was a poem written by me, but it has been, first of all, it's a translation of a Finnish poem, which I kind of composed from interview materials that I did with Jenni and her work friends in Värjäämö, which is, do you want to tell yourself what is Värjäämö? Haluatko kertoa itse, mikä Värjäämö on?
Värjäämö on kehitysvammaisien päivätoimintakeskus, mikä on aamuisin aina toiminnassa, ettei ole iltaisin.
Kiitos. So, first of all, I didn't tell Jenni to come and prepare anything. I saw her outside and I said, come with me here. It's nicer to be here with you. And yeah, so Värjäämö is a work center for people with disabilities, and the work that they do is art. So they focus to art. Mitä taidetta te teette siellä Värjäämössä? Do you know them in English? Or you can say, sä voit sanoa suomeksi.
Music. Draama. Kuvis.
So visual art.
Ja ennen kaikkea nämä kaikki tutkimukset.
Tutkimusta teette. Yeah, so they also research. So they have done research with me, as Rebecca knows. Rebecca has been with me in Värjäämö, and we have seen some parts of the process. So Jenni has been my co-researcher in this project that was part of this RTCO project, and so my former dance animaturing student Jarmo Schön, who unfortunately can't be here today because he's in Nepal doing I think social circus or whatever there. So but yeah, so Jarmo works with Jenni and your colleagues, workmates, and they did drama and also dance. And then Jenni and others, they kept a research diary. I didn't bring them with me, but Rebecca has seen them, and they were really kind of interested in being part of this research, and they wrote really nice diaries and also, of course, drew pictures. So, and then I interviewed Jenni, Mari, and one anonymous person. Jenni and Mari wanted me to always use their whole names, and of course I respect that wish, and I also want to give credit for them, because without them there wouldn't be any poetry. So then I wrote these poems, or collected these poems from the research diaries. The kind of the data was there, and then also from the interviews. And I haven't changed the words, or like the bending, or the we have a lot of suffixes, so I haven't. So that it's exactly the same. In Finnish, it's actually more difficult. It's poetic. It's called poetic inquiry, so like a art-based method that I have used here. So yeah, in English it's kind of easier because you have like the words are not kind of bended or like they are as they are. You use like articles and prepositions, but in Finnish we use suffix. So it's actually quite difficult to compose a poem if you like take words like this and then you put them together. Of course, I have also taken like the whole phrases. So, but then when I composed the poems, I went, of course, back to Jenni and the others to read them, because in this kind of collaborative arts-based project, it's important to validate your research with the people who are your co-research, but also kind of informants. But in this case, they have certainly been more than informants because I have been going back and is this okay, and and then I was so happy that maybe you can tell miltä susta tuntui, kun mä tulin lukemaan ne ekan kerran ne runot?
Ihanaa ja mukavaa vain.
Mikä siinä oli ihanaa? Osaatko sanoa enemmän?
Ei tarvitse enää pelkää sairautta ollenkaan, että jos on kehitysvamma.
So Jenni is saying, I asked like how did it feel when I came to read the poems. She said that it felt wonderful, lovely, and I asked like, why? Can you explain a little bit more? Then she said she doesn't have to be afraid of her illness or disability anymore. So that's. Haluatko sanoa jotain muuta?
Että on ollut aika arvokas tämä Aroteiko-tutkimus ja iso kiitos siitä Raisalle.
Do you want to say something more? That wasn't my intention. I was like, do you want to say something more? And then she said, this has been valuable project, this article, and the big thank to Raisa. Okay, thank you. Yeah, but the feeling is mutual because I, of course, I have learned a lot. Like it's that's the reason of doing this kind of research. That I get information about something that I'm not an expert, And but then I also, of course, especially in disability studies. It's not very kind of recommended to do disability studies if you are not disabled yourself. And of course, that's why also it was important for me that they agree what I have composed, that that they feel that it's their voice, and so I was really glad that I could see these kind of really honest reactions. They were laughing, and also they said that, oh, that sounds really like Mari. It's really Mari. Mari wasn't there, so they were like, yeah, that's Mari. So yeah, it's Jenni. Yeah, that's so Jenni. And then they could hear it, and also Jarmo, who has worked with them. And also Sanna, the director of the whole place, has said that it's really them in this book. So for me that was important. Almost like nothing else is really important. Of course, bringing this to you now, and I have read these poems in other conferences, and so that was that's of course I'm responsible for them. But so then. I asked, and I have a recording of that. So I asked that, so do you let me to go to conferences and read these poems? And they said, of course. And I said, okay, thank you, but why would you give that permission for me? Because I'm not disabled, or we all are disabled. in some, like, you know, what is disabled and what is abled body. So, you know, but anyway, you know, I don't have a diagnosis. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. That's what sets the line, the diagnosis. So I don't know if you remember what you answered me. En mä muista sä, miksi sanoit mulle luvan? Muistatko sä sen, mitä sä sanoit mulle? Tai...
Tästä se alkaa uusi harrastus, eli kirja.
Okei.
Vai?
Okei, Jenni said that. Jenni is recommending you to start a new hobby, so writing poems. But yes, she said to me that because it interests you, that yeah, you can, because you are interested in this, so go ahead. And I was like, of course, it was good. I was like, okay, yeah, fine. And then at the point, yeah, I guess if you say so, then I can go. But then, of course, I started to think, why does this interest me? Like, why? Why? Like, is this like, you know, the able-bodied white woman going to, you know, or like, what is this thing? But then I started to think that maybe it's this, like, the feeling, the kind of otherness in some situations. So, and this othering that other people are. Of course, I know that disabled people are feeling that every day they feel that they are not, you know, part of the rest of us. So, like, I can't, you know, have that feeling, but I got a little bit similar feelings, especially a couple of years ago and like last year ago, when there was a lot of discussion about should gay people get married. So I got this, like, you know, I'm reading papers and especially the comments. So they are talking about me here and my rights, and you know, they are saying that I can't be a mother to my son, and I can't marry a person that I love. So I got this little bit this feeling, or a lot of feeling about being another. So so that's my explanation. Of course, this is retrospective analysis of like why maybe I'm interested in. But I have been, yeah, I'm always doing this research about otherness, I guess. But for me, it's important to describe otherness in a way that it's, you know, it's not something lower. Or you are sitting lower. I should. But yeah, so I don't know. I think I have managed to do it well now, because I have read these poems, and I have heard that they could be anyone's experiences. Of course, the poem that I just read was about disability very much. But some of the poems are like, you know, you could open like, and this is my life. I think I actually read one poem to Sarah in a cafe one day, and you said, that's like me. That's totally like me. It was something about like trying to get up or something, and yeah, that's like me. So, and you know, and of course I can recognize so much me in these also. Yeah. Yeah, and of course, like for me, it now feels that, especially because I've been reading these in Finnish, so it feels a little bit awkward to read the translations. But I think you still get some, you know, ideas. Maybe I can read one poem that was from Jenni's interview, because Jenni asked that, "Am I going to read something from her?" And of course, because I have translated this, so I haven't translated these all yet, but I think I should, and then maybe write something about yeah, that was my original idea, but then I thought that I'd just do this now, and then I do the translation later. So, this poem is called This. It's not terribly visible from the body. It doesn't appear terribly well, that one would be such kind of people. One may not be terribly aware that the other has a diagnosis. A lot of it's not visible, that diagnosis. Everyone has a diagnosis, classified as disabled. Although we may have it, we show what it is inside the shell, not different, not at all. Even though we are different, we don't want to show that we were different, but we bring to the fore our own, what we are capable of. They would like to come and watch our performance. Then when they come to see our performance, when they see it once, then they think differently. They think differently. It feels like we are not like that at all, although we are. Some people think we are, and we are. You can't, if you don't first come and see that there is no need to worry about what you can, what you can't, that you can what you can, are able to come out in public. Here this come out in public is it's very related to the gay people also. Just now recognized it. Yeah. Yes, that was I think very yes, very. Oops. Maybe another poem. This is from the anonymous person. It's called In a Jar. Dogs park, kids park, disabled park, performance. A few chairs in a circle, a bed, a table, socks. The gong sounds, I put a sock on my feet. The gong sounds, I put a sock on my feet. All socks on. The gong sounds, I started to take off the socks. In another performance, the gong sounds, I took drugs. I have been living in that kind of place. Everyone to sleep at 9 at the same time. I wanted to stay awake. Now, go to sleep. Evening snack. I'm making it for you. You can't do it yourself. Always someone telling you, you do it this way, or then you don't do anything. You do when someone tells you to do. This is this kind, and this needs exactly this kind of help. This kind has no meaning. You are now this kind, disabled. Through only slightly disabled, you are still in this jar. This kind of jar. It means that everything is decided for you. When you go to sleep, when you eat, when you go out. Let's put everyone in a jar. Right, 12 square meters of disabled park. Everything is thought through, decided for you. Is it home? Would someone so-called normal live in a 12 square meter room where you are put in for a day and then you can go home sometimes? Is it home? Hello, a closet is not a home. Who decides whether this is real life? Who decides if people are put in a jar because of their difference? And this now, because of course, I have put the program together, so I think it's actually quite nice. We are, by the way, going to see this performance just outside. So during the coffee break very soon. So Jenni, do you want to go and prepare? Do you want to?
Yes.
She's so kind. Okay, I let you go. But yeah, thank you, Jenni, that you came. We'll see you on stage. Sä voit mennä valmistautumaan, niin nähdään pian. Okay, but then, yeah, this idea of like putting things in a jar or like a small space, like I'm thinking about animals, of course. I'm thinking about mad people that Jackie is going to tell about. And then also like we will have a presentation about from the field of fat studies. So we have these marginals now coming. I'm from the methods, poetic inquiry and disability studies, like the bridge to these different critical paradigm, works. Of course, the whole conference is critical theory paradigm, but these specific fields of. So this is the reason why I think that this disability studies is, of course, very relevant in the eco-justice context, because we think about natural environment or animals, other species, as something marginal, and it's so they are not important, and it's important only if you can be a good resource. So that's why disabled people, they don't have instrumental value. They are not productive to this society. So that's why they face this kind of uttering that I was talking about, that I can never relate to their situation, because as a gay person I can still be productive, like workforce. I haven't been very good at that, but and by the way, I'm going to be unemployed in April, so if someone has some productive work for me, come to talk to me. My personal Kone Foundation money is running out end of March, so yes. And my child is turning to 3 in May, so I can't, I can't even get money from the government to take look after my child, because in Finland, if you can stay home until with your child until he or she is 3, and then you get money from the government. So you can see that I haven't prepared my talk, woo, going everywhere. But hopefully you can get something out of the poems at least. Just ignore everything else what I'm saying. Okay, maybe. I could read one more poem, and then if there are some questions, then I can ask. Yes. Can you read it in Finnish? Yes. I'd love to hear that, and then read your translation. But read it in Finnish first. Okay. So, tämän nimi on Oikea. Se nyt on tässä käännettynä, niin luen tämän. En ehkä välttämättä muuten olisi valinnut tätä juuri tähän, mutta Oikea. Tykkään esiintyä. Tuoda esille semmoista, mitä ei muut tiedä musta. Ne ei tiedä, mitä mä osaan. Mä osaan. Esittämällä pystyn tuomaan esiin. Mä osaan. En lopeta tätä tässä. Mä haluun tässä nyt olla. Ja se on mulle oikea, kun mä itse sen tunnen niin. No, actually this was pretty good one in this point. I was first hesitating, but the translation is the right thing. I like to perform. To bring to the fore things that no one knows about me. They don't know what I can. I can. With performing, I can bring to the fore that I can. I'm not stopping this here. I want to be here now. And that is the right thing for me, because I feel it that way myself. Yes, that was from Maris, who is unfortunately sick today, so that's why she wasn't here with me. I just heard that she's sick, so she's not going to perform also today. Okay, so I think I will leave the rest for you to read from my book. I'm selling these. So good good Christmas presents.